So Stuart, your second keynote, which will be on July 6th, it's directed to parents and it's a focus. It's also in support of anybody whose work is in supporting parents and parents' well-being and parents' understanding of self-reg in whatever area it is that you're working with them. So what can parents do in such stressful times? Interesting that we came up with that title. These titles we came up with, we worked on months and months ago, and they seem even more important today. So where are you going to take folks on that one?
We spend so much time in self-reg talking about the importance of distinguishing between maladaptive and adaptive or growth promoting modes of self-regulation in kids. But the same thing applies to parents, not just in terms of their own stress management, but in terms of how they nurture their children. We can do it in maladaptive ways, or we can do it in growth promoting ways. And maladaptive ways, they might be denial, they might be suppression, or they might simply be lack of awareness of the stress that we are under and how this is shutting down my ability to sense, feel what my child is feeling, sense, feel what I myself am feeling. So, what we're going to be talking about in this session is how do we, in the midst of what Susan just described, these harrowing times, how do we get back to that uh, feeling of strong self-awareness and strong awareness, and then what are the ways that we can translate this awareness into healthy healing behaviors and activities for both ourselves and for our kids. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the neurobiology of all this in order to figure out what do we do.
And what do we do is really what matters in a way. Well, it is what matters. As a parent who is definitely on a learning journey myself. I have been all along, but now that I'm the parent of a teenager, I'm on a brand new and much deeper learning journey. So it is a learning journey all along. And we have to figure out the how-tos. And if there is no do these 1, 2, 3 things and everything resolves it. We've always talked about individual differences. We've always talked about self-reg is, I use the word, I guess Stuart uses it. Maybe he's even the one that taught me to think of it this way. But then ecological understanding, it's never just you as your parent and a parent. It's within the context of everything that's going on, the things that are always part of kids growing up and the things that are really unique to 2022. The thing about understanding what to do, the how-tos, is we also have to understand a little bit. You don't need to walk away with all the science terms or you really don't. You need to kind of understand the story of it, but understand the why. And that's not just why of what we hope for our kids. That's like why, that practice that you've been trying for a very long time. And look, I tried them too, so there's no judgment there at all. But these practices I'm trying and practicing, they're not working. Is it because I'm not getting it right? And in a way, that's where the freeing understanding of the new science, make no mistake, some of it we've known a long time. There's a lot of new science about understanding about what's going on in brains and bodies, yours and theirs. And it's freeing because it allows you to go down a path that actually, that leads to the very things that you may be hoping for, and in a way that brings some peace. You cannot change another person. You cannot change your colleague. You cannot change you can't, you can't, no matter how hard you might be trying and wishing. That is still an independent individual. What you can do, is your part in things, and from a grounded state, and know that you're focusing the science backing you up on the right things in the right way, and it brings a greater sense of peace. So it's a really important one. It leads to the house, and the cool thing, about this one is that there's all kinds of stories embedded throughout the symposium that will help you see it in real life. Stuart tells his own, I tell my own, but we have all sorts of others that are doing the same thing. So come and hear, come and listen, and come and feel that hope that we need before we get into the how tos.